In Italian, mia cucina means my kitchen. And boy, do I have an amazing, delicious meal. This is my mother's recipe. It is a lentil, it's not a soup. It is a lentil and turkey sausage. Yes, we're going to be utilizing turkey sausage. I'm going to go over through the ingredients and then I'm going to start. What I have is just my husband and I have here 2 cups of red lentils. So what I have done, guys, is I took my lentils, I put them in cold water last night, I cover it up with water and I let it set, and then this morning I drained them. So right here I have 2 cups of, and I'm utilizing red lentils. Lentils come in many different colors, and I am choosing to have red lentils. Then I will be utilizing 2 tablespoons of olive oil, about 4 or 5 or 6 or more garlic. We always ate so much garlic, and about 4 or 5, 6 cloves of garlic, 1 entire chopped red onion. I also have some red peppers that I have already chopped up, and these are flame roasted red peppers. I also have about a half a cup to about 3/4 cups of chopped tomatoes. You can omit them if you are not doing tomatoes, but I suggest you do use them. Now and I'm also going to be utilizing some sausage links here, that it's turkey sausage. I also have 2 cups of frozen broccoli. That's what I'm going to utilize. If you don't have the frozen broccoli, don't worry about it. You can utilize any vegetable you like. Now I'm also going to bring you to a teaspoon of, what I have here is some basil and some oregano, all together, 1 teaspoon fresh. And then I have a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of oregano, I have 6 peppers. I have a half a teaspoon of 6 pepper flakes. Now when you use this, it's got salt. And remember what I say about salt. You cannot take it away, so we have to be careful how we're going to be using this. And then I have a 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of granulated onion powder, and a teaspoon of cumin. I also have here some a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. So, and then of course, I'm going to be utilizing some chicken stock. Alrighty, so the first thing that we need to do, la prima cosa that we need to do is to put on the fadale. Fadale in Italian means apron. And I have chosen today a beautiful fadale because we are all beautiful. And we are loved beyond comprehension by our Creator that I choose to call God. All right, so I'm going to put this on right now. And as I do this, I am going to start my pan at a medium high. And while that is getting heated, I'm just going to tie my apron on, mi fadale. And I am going to start with aceto di oliva. Aceto di oliva. So you can maybe learn a new word every day. So aceto di oliva is olive oil. So what I want to do is I want to get my pan. Oh, and this is a heavy one, let me tell you. Because I like to use cast iron everything. I love it. Because once you have it very well seasoned, nothing really sticks. So what I want to do is I just want to put my 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and that's all going to be for this entire dish. And I want to make sure that I get every little bit of this olive oil. We want it all in here. It's going to give such deliciousness and flavor. And it's super easy because, you know, my mom, she worked 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. She didn't have a lot of time when she came home. She was tired. And my mom, she would organize herself so when she would come home, she would have everything and she would just put everything together. And that's how I learned to do everything in one pot dishes, is because, you know, it was needed in those days. All right, so we are done with that. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm all done with that. And I just want my temperature to come to come up so it gets nice and hot. I'm going to take my little sausages. I'm just going to put these aside. Because what we want to do is we are going to sauteing everything. While this is being heated, I have I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm using about 7, 8 cloves of garlic. And right now it is needed. It is needed because right now with, the temperatures have risen. It's gotten a lot cold. There's a lot of people up north that are going to be having a lot of snow, and this is a really wonderful meal. So what I'm going to do first is to get my wonderful onions. They're all going to go right in here like so. Make sure that your pan is nice and hot and you hear the sizzle. It's sizzling, and that's what we want. This is going to go quick. Within a half an hour, you will have this amazing dish for your family and healthy. Because you see, lentils, there are so many health benefits to lentils. And lentils, guys, they improve digestion. Did you know that? They improve digestion. And they are a diabetes control. So for those that have diabetes, lentils also control diabetes. My father, he passed from diabetes years ago. So my mom would try to cook the things for him that would work for him, and I learned to watch. Now what I want to do is, remember I tell you about these guys, they're so easy. Come in here like that. I'm going to take my garlic. And what I've done is I just pretty much sliced my garlic. You could do whatever you want. You want to chop the garlic. You want to slice the garlic. So while this is hanging out here, and like I said, I have 2 cups of frozen broccoli. You can use whatever vegetable you want. In my case, I got broccoli, and that's what I'm utilizing. And what we want to do is we want these onions and garlic to kind of start doing their thing. Because the peppers are already cooked, and what I've done is I just chopped them, and I had some tomatoes that were going bad, and I just took my little tomatoes and I just cut them in 3 or 4 pieces, and that's how I got to this. Now what I want to do to this is I want to bring my cumin, my garlic, and my onion powder. I'm just going to put it in my hand, and I'm just going to use a half of it. The other half I'm just going to put right back here because I am going to be utilizing later. Alright, so right now, it smells. You can smell everything. It is amazing. And now I'm going to be utilizing a half a teaspoon of the 6 peppers. 6 peppers. And in the days of my mom and dad, when they were alive, there were no such thing as the 6 peppers. So what my mom would do is she would use characeri. And characeri is a macaratano thing, and what it means is that it's hot peppers. She always loved to use them. My dad loved to use that because it's, it gives it a nicer flavor. We got to have it a nicer flavor. So what we're doing here, guys, is we are building flavor upon flavor upon flavor. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my thyme after thyme and my dry oregano. So thyme after thyme, teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of oregano. Go in here, done with that. As you can see, this is moving very, very quickly. And right now, I just want to really build to that. Your pan is going to get a little dry, but we want that because remember, we still have our chicken stock. Oh, it's going to be delicious. And I want to say good morning to all you beautiful people. Hello, blessings to every single one of you. Good morning, blessings. What a wonderful time. This is the time of the year that, it's getting closer to the holidays, Christmas, and for some of you, you celebrate Kwanzaa, you celebrate Hanukkah, and it's a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Now that this is doing its thing, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add my red peppers. Yes, red peppers go in here. I'm done with that. My tomatoes go in here. That's how quick this is going to go. I'm also going to go ahead and add my lentils. All the lentils go in here. And I want to get these 2 cups. It's just my husband and I. And and I'm going to tell you something, guys. For 2 people, 2 cups goes a long way. Goes a long way. I'm gonna get every single one of these little guys. I call them little dudes because they're so tiny, they're so cute. I just think, you know, the food is beautiful. You know, God created everything for us, created all the health plans, created all these wonderful things. And when he created it, it was all in organic matter, and it was all in organic, everything was organic. In those days, it wasn't called organic. I'm sure it was not. So now we are done with all of that. And then what I want to do is I just kind of want to give this a little mix. It is a very colorful dish. You know how much I love color. I love color. Oh, it's so beautiful with the cherry tomatoes in there, with the peppers in there, the onions in there, oh, and the smell. Oh. Now I want to come back and put the rest of my garlic powder, onion powder, and the cumin. So I want to come in here, and now I want to do that. Now I'm done with that. See how quickly that goes? I like to bring you easy dishes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my frozen broccoli. My frozen broccoli. Again, this is my mother's recipe. This is my mother's lentil recipe. You know, and the thing is with lentils, and now I am going to come in here, and I am going to eye it, guys. You know, depending on how much lentil is how much chicken stock you're going to use. If you want to use vegetable stock, you can do that, and I'm just going to raise this now for it to start bringing it to a boil. Bring it to a boil. And it's so beautiful, and it's already doing its thing. Lentil doesn't take a lot to cook. It doesn't take a lot of time. And then I will bring you here and show you how beautiful it is. Oh, looks so good. Oh, it just looks so beautiful. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to add the 1 teaspoon of oregano and basil. It's going to come in here. It's a very different way of making it, but this is, like I said, this was my mother's recipe. And then what I'm going to come in here and do now is I'm going to take my sausages and I am going to put them right on top, guys, right on top, like so. And I'm not really checking too much for salt, because what I want to do is I just want to get these guys kind of going over here. So now that I can, let me see if I can bring you closer. Let me see if I can do that. I'm going to take you off of here and I'm going to bring you right here. Let me see. All right. I think you guys can see that. Oh, my phone does not like it when it gets too warm. Okay, you see that? So now what we're going to do is we're just going to cover this baby. And I am going to bring you back over here without you getting too dizzy. Let me put you back over here. And then what I want to discuss with you at this moment, as we are letting this rock and roll, is I will kind of check to see how much of the lentil is absorbing the wonderful chicken stock, because I really don't want this to be soup. It's not meant to be soup. It's meant to be thicker than soup. And you know, and when you serve this in this pan, and that's how I'm going to serve it, there's nothing else that you can do. And my mom would serve this sometimes with crostinis, with some bread. Is whatever you want to do. We're just going to have it just the way it is. Now what I want to do now is I'm going to take a teaspoon, because now is when I really want to come here. And what I do, guys, I take my spoon and I go under and I take it out and I see that it needs salt. So now I have here a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm just going to come in here in between the wonderful little sausages, because now everybody's really excited in there. They're all getting along so well. And you know, let me tell you something else about lentils. You know, lentils, they are cancer management. And actually you can lose weight. They're a great source of protein, great for pregnant women. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. I would suggest that you speak to your doctor. Some people might be a little sensitive. And I also want to tell you why, guys, we put the lentils in water overnight, because it helps for it to digest better for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook for about 15-20 minutes until the lentils are tender. Actually, it's almost done. That is so quick. The lentils are nice, and right now the lentils are absorbing all of this. They are almost done. And then if you see that it needs a little more liquid, then you just add a little bit more of the chicken stock or vegetable stock, whichever one you choose. All right, Bentley's, that is all. I would just let this cook until the lentils are tender. And how do you know if you're tender? You have to taste them. And then you will have an incredible, delicious, healthy meal for you and your family. I want to thank you for joining me today. I'm Elena's Cucina. I want to thank my beautiful sponsors, Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores in Ellenton, Florida. If you're here in Florida, please visit my sponsor, Stephen Bailey, with Bailey Fishing and Island Charters. He can take you out and you can get groupers this big as me. And I also want to thank Cola Harris with FARMASI. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Take care of yourself. Because when you do that, then you are able to give to others. I love every single one of you. God bless every single one of you. Ciao ciao belli, mua mua mua. Ciao ciao belli, ciao ciao. Questo mangiare. Look at this beautiful. Ciao ciao.